Hey guys, Roy here, Roy Laws Art. I am going to be painting tonight. So, right now I'm just trying to get things situated. This is a custom painting for someone. I've had a while to do it, but I think it's like seriously due like this week, so I need to get on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this is, like I said, this is a custom job. 24 by 48, which is my normal size. This is the size that I do my live paintings. And let's see, man, that is so far away. Let me see if I can bring it in a little bit closer. Hey Shane, how you doing? I see your post every once in a while. Thanks for checking it out. I'm trying to get it close enough. Can y'all hear? I also have a little screen down here in front of me because the phone's kind of far away. I can probably bring it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Shane, do me a favor, type something else back, because I saw the first line you typed, but I need to know if something else comes up. All right, so you probably can't see this, but the guitar's already drawn in. So what I'm going to do, sound is kind of low. All right, well, all right. I will talk louder then. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to redo my drawing in black. Well, not black, it's actually called Payne's Gray. So if I was doing a live painting, hey Kimba, this is how I would do it. I know, super exciting. But, I was going to be painting tonight anyway. So I thought I might as well turn the cameras on. I've been painting this afternoon as well. Hey Charcy, if you're still in here, thanks for showing up. So, I did the background first, then I did the drawing. So now, I'm going to darken all this in. I'm going to dark it all in. Not dark it in, I'm just going to redraw it. So when I start getting serious with the paint, I'll still be able to see my original drawing. And my style is kind of fast, but I like getting this part right. That way at least the shape is correct for all the stuff I do later on. Now, I don't know if the person who has ordered this will actually be watching tonight. That's happened before. That's pretty exciting. Guess we'll find out. That rattling you hear in the background, that's my dog Kimba. She's decided to show up. Hey Eddie, you in there? Alright, so we're getting there. It's coming along, coming along, coming along. So normally at a live event, I have about 3 hours to do these. Most events go from 6 to 9. But I think I don't know, maybe I'll get this done tonight, I don't know. The background's already started. That's usually when I start on one live, nothing at all is done yet. Well, the drawing, but none of the painting's done. So this is this one's got a little bit of a head start on it. And if you saw my post from earlier, you saw I've been working on a big eyeball. I'll show you that one in a little while. And I was also working on a portrait of a singer named Rhett Miller. So I'll show you that one too. This one. Hey Michelle. I can see where you join. I'll drink to that. Okay, so gotta sit. I really need to learn what the names of the parts of a guitar are, because I paint them, then I have people come up and talking about them, and I don't know what they're talking about. So, need to get on that. And I tried to get one of my friends to come and play some music tonight. He's part of a duet, I guess, and he won't sing without his girl. They're my neighbors, Dawn and Nash. So, as soon as she's back in town, he can come, and I think she does all the singing. Oh, they both sing. Maybe he doesn't like singing without her. He can play like crazy. So Shane thinks it would be a good idea if I learned all the parts of a guitar. Probably right. Everyone who comes up and talks to me about guitars knows more about them than I do, so. But oh well. You gotta get something. So, now yesterday I gave a presentation at a thing called Art Camp at the Nasi College of Art that went over really well. It was about social media, how to use social media. So I was showing people how to use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, Facebook Live, Flickr, everything. Showing people how to use all those different programs all at once, just to show people how it's done. It can be a little daunting at first. There's too many of them. But each one kind of has its own thing. So, I thought it went really well. Can't wait to do it next year. I've presented the last 2 years. Last year I presented about live painting. How you should do it and why you should do it. A lot of artists do not like to live paint though. And every artist I know would hate doing this right here. This would drive them nuts. One, because they don't want anyone to see them while they're working. They don't want anyone seeing anything until it's done, which is very understandable. But the other thing is, you have to talk a lot. And actually, I don't like. It's hard to keep talking after a while, because you start trying to concentrate on what you're doing, and you forget that there's people listening in. And the other thing I noticed, you have to keep, at the very beginning, even when there's nobody watching, you have to keep talking, because even if there's no one live, it'll be saved on your page, so people can come in and watch it later. So that's very cool. Okay, so now at this stage it's basically blocked in. So Shane thinks artists are weird, but present company accepted. I don't know about that. I'd say there's some truth to all that. Okay, so what color to paint this painting? Let's see. I think she had mentioned she liked another painting of mine that had like a certain color scheme, so I think I'm gonna try that out. Actually, right now I'm just gonna be laying in colors. None of these will be the final colors. These are just be. This would just be getting colors onto the canvas to build up layers. A lot of my stuff has layers upon layers. Purple haze. This actually will have some purple in it. Oh, let's see. Okay, so the one she liked was painting of it was Brian Setzer from the Stray Cats. It was his Gretsch guitar. So it had a lot of warm colors to it. So right now I'm getting the oranges, the reds, and yellows. And I think this will be kind of dark. So I think I'll lighten up the background some. Then the one she liked kind of faded to blue up here. Well, it didn't actually fade, it just cut to blue. It was like boom, blue. So I think I'm gonna do that again this time. But right now I'm going to try to, I think I'm gonna lighten up the back and then darken this. So this will pull, this will pop. This will pop a lot more. So crimson. This will be nice and dark. Even darker, crimson hue. This one's actually even darker. So this will be good. This will be like really dark red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten up the background some with the yellows and oranges. Then I'm going to darken in the guitar. They're both going to kind of be the same tone, so it's going to be a real kind of interesting, should be like an interesting effect once I kind of get it going. Reds. And like I said, these aren't, this will keep changing quite a bit. But this is a good, notice I do not paint within the lines either. But, so, let's get some colors on here fast. Ooh, I need some white. You always need white. Forgot to put white on. Like I said, I've been painting quite a bit today, so there's already some paint on my palette here. Now, what I'll do later, this is just kind of making some, this is just little interest stuff. I'll come back later and hit everything with a knife. I do a lot of my paintings with just knife work. I'll get to that in a few minutes. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and paint in the bottom of this guitar as well with that really dark crimson I was talking about. This is just going to kind of set the base here. And something weird I'm going to do, I'm going to add some of that dark blue that I already used. That's just going to make this nice and dark. So like I said, it's mixing up the colors, but that's okay. Some more crimson. And like I said, some of this old paint is still wet, but you know, it doesn't really matter that much. It's not a school project, but it's going to keep, like I said, right now I'm just setting in kind of a base. The guitar will, I think what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to try to kind of match, I'm going to try to match the guitar with the background color for a little while. Like it's going to go yellows, oranges, reds. I think this is going to go yellows, oranges, reds. Actually, it might go to blue here. I think I might match the whole thing. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. I don't know yet. I don't know these things when I start. Kind of make it up as I go. So if you were at the presentation yesterday, you want a copy of it, I've posted it to my website. I've also posted it to my art page. So you can go there and check it out if you want. It wasn't too bad. I pulled out a few of the slides, some of the ones that didn't make any sense if I wasn't there talking about them. So, but it wasn't anything much, it was just pictures of kid paintings and things like that. Or paintings I did for the kids' rooms. Okay, so kind of lighten up that background some more. Now I don't use much green in my paintings, but whenever I get yellow close to my old lines that I did with blue, green accidentally gets in, but that's okay. I can live with that. Just add some chaos to it. So, like I said, maybe like a fire or something. Where am I going here? Okay, so actually, since this is a particular guitar, I'll try to match the original colors somewhat. Or not an original guitar, excuse me, this is actual somebody's guitar. So I'll try to stick a little bit closer to a theme. Oh yeah, so like I said, whenever I'm doing this, I'm not really sure how it's going to come out. I might wind up liking this whole blue thing a lot, make the whole thing blue, I don't know. But right now I'm just laying in colors, and this is just going to make interesting layers. Hey Steve, what's happening, man? It is kind of cool being live. Kind of makes you think about what you're doing more. I've been painting most of the day, to be honest. Aside from some electrical work I've been doing at the house. So, like I said, I'm just laying in some colors here. Then I'll go back and evaluate. Let this dry for a second. Now I gotta think of kind of a color what this thing's gonna be. Like I said, I don't know the name of the parts. Handguard, strum guard, I do not know what this thing is called, but I'm thinking it should be purple. We'll test purple, see how it feels. We got lots of purple left over from this afternoon, so we'll see how it goes. It could be terrible, but you never know till you try. I got too much blue on my paintbrush still, so everything's still coming out blue, but we'll get some purple down. And we'll come back and try it again here in a second. Light purple, maybe lavender. Of course, that might not work because my blue is hitting my red here, but like I said, you usually don't find these, you don't think about these things till you get it on there. So now I'll do the neck. And I'm just going to try to use up some of my old paints here today. Now these won't end up being teal. I'm just using up paint that I had on my table here. But you never know. So, that one's ruined. Get a drink. So now I'll go back and paint back in these little lines in here. I'll use white because they'll be white in the end. White, 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 white. I don't know what these things are called either. So if anyone knows the names of these parts, please chime in because I really don't know the name of them. And I should learn. Have like a little test. White, 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 white. So like I said, this is kind of the way I do it. If I was doing a live event, this is kind of what it would be like, just rather chaotic. And usually there'd be like a live band playing or something. So that's always cool. So now that I've painted some, I can't see some of the lines. So now I'll take these ebony pencils and these white. These are almost like crayon-like pencils almost, very soft. So I just kind of go back and redraw my lines so I don't lose them. And this also kind of etches into the painting as well. So it just leaves like these little marks of interest for later on. And so I use white where there's something dark. That way I can see it again. And I've got the darker ones for light areas. It all makes sense. My paintings tend to border on the chaotic, so these crazy things like this don't hinder my paintings too much. Now then, if this was like a normal painting, that someone was doing, this might seem a little weird. But it works in perfectly with the way I do them. So never fear, never stress. Like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. But this is all intentional right here, so it's not an accident at all. Oh, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. The trick is not to think too much. So, go ahead and darken in this top part up here with Prussian blue, Payne's gray, permanent violet dark, all kind of good colors. Oh, I'm liking that. Lighten it up a little bit too. There we go. Ah, didn't mean to do that. I always grab the wrong color. So just blocking that in. Like I said, I'll come back and I'll repaint. Basically nothing is even close to being its final color on this one yet. This is all just getting layers on, and really not even slowing down, just keep on trucking. Yeah, I'm not sure I would advise to try to paint along at home when I'm doing them like this. I've been asked if I will do classes. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think my painting style makes a whole lot of sense. So, hello, Nancy. How are you doing? I see you. I have another screen down here where I can see where people are typing. You just came in on, not quite the beginning, but this one's a decent amount of the way along. I think all this is going to change again. If I had to guess. I'm thinking. I think it's going to go lighter in the middle, then darker around the edges. I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit, and I'll come back. But I will go ahead and do the neck here. Dun, dun, dun. So it's not even dried from last time, but I'm still painting over it. So when I do these at live events, like I said, usually about 3 hours. And that's a good amount of time. but I usually wind up talking. See you, Steve. Sweet dreams, of course. But yes, I do hope one of my paintings winds up in your house too. Your house sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. Well decorated, for sure. Between you and your wife, very good tastes. So, I've switched now from a brush to a knife. This is called a palette knife. I've had this one forever. This is an actual official Bob Ross, although it is very old. It's all duct taped back together. It's falling apart, but I put it all back together. I love this one. One time I took a razor blade and I cut into all this paint that was on there. It was like thousands of layers of paint. It was too cool. So now, if I go light here, I may change out the whole background color too. Let's see, if this was all red, so the background may have to be purple or blue. I'm thinking blue. Yeah. Okay, so the way you're seeing this now, this whole background is probably going to, these will switch out. I'm going to switch the background to blue. I'm going to switch this guitar to kind of warm colors. The picture she sent me, it looks like the guitar is kind of chestnut colors. Chestnut, I guess that's a color. So what I think I'm going to do is reverse these colors. Now that seems kind of strange to do kind of halfway through, but right now I'm just testing to see if things are still wet. Things are still a little wet. So I can continue to work down on this part. I'm going to let this dry for just a few more minutes. It needs just a little bit more dry time before I lay in these other colors down here. So, reds. So let's see how this will work out. So what I'm doing is, originally I thought I was going to go warm reds and kind of go my way up to cools, blues, purples, things like that. Now, I think I'm going to go, the center part is going to be whites to yellows. That's going to be kind of the highlight area. Then it'll kind of branch out, it'll go out to little oranges, then reds, then we're like a dark crimson down here. So that blue will be painted over, and then the background, to do that, I'll need to change out the background color. It needs to flip a little bit to either more purples or a little bit cooler colors, because if all this is red and all this is red, it's going to disappear. So, if you like it like this, you're going to be SOL, because I'm about to repaint over all this. So, just the way it happens. I just had a cool idea. Alright, I'm going to show you something cool. Let's see. Alright, this is the technique you can use. Let's see. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can see the top. Alright, so you see the top up there. If you're a painter, you'll like this trick. Let's go ahead. Okay, at first I was using this little atomizer bottle to get this thing wet. Now I need it super wet, so I'm going for the big bottle. So this just affect, the whole thing's going to be painted over anyway. So now, getting the whole thing wet. This is a fun little effect. Now I'm going to get, this is a special kind of paint. Where is it? High flow acrylics. High flow acrylics. You can hear it, it's very runny. So I got a couple of those. There's purple, This is blue. I'll do a little trick here. Cerulean blue, teal. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I'm gathering teal, cerulean blue, purple, blues, all these different blues, all these kind of cool colors. So what I'm going to do now is kind of messy, so what I'm about to do now is going to drip a lot, so I'm just moving my drop cloth a little bit. Alright, so all this is wet. Actually, you can already see it streaming down a little bit. And I want to get the top a little more wet. So, any of you artists, this is a fun little trick. I'm also going to throw in some of this magenta. That'll be fun. So, high flow acrylics. So I've gotten the whole thing wet now. Take this and stream it across the top. So there's that. Now, you can take this. Now I'm going to take some teal, do the same thing. Now, purple and magenta, get those close to one another. If they're closer, there we go. Man. Okay, now some magenta. Now we'll blast it with this. So all this is going to start drizzling down, and it just makes a cool effect. Some cerulean blue. Like I said, this is all going to be pretty chaotic here for a little while. Try a little bit more of this green shade of blue. So basically what it's doing, I'll go across here like this as well. That way it all comes down some. Now like I said, I'm going to be repainting the whole background anyway. So this is just kind of adding some chaos to it. It's actually kind of a quick way to repaint the background too. And what it does things on its own that you couldn't do on purpose. It also makes a mess. While that's doing that, if you saw earlier today, I was working on an eyeball for a client. So I put on some really heavy paint. So I took a break so it could dry for a while, so I could go back and paint over it again. He wanted a blue eye, so this is going to be very, very crazy blues. So working on this one. And if you saw my last time I did this, I was working on this portrait of Rhett Miller. So this one's coming along as well. And Monday night, where is that painting? I can't find it. I did Jay-Z. I don't see that painting anywhere right now. Where'd it go? Ah, here it is. So, did this one on Monday night. Did this at a fashion show on the riverfront in Nashville. So it was a hip hop fashion show. I was up on the catwalk, did this painting while the models were going by, and so that was cool as well. So, as you can see, I'm getting my drizzle on here. But I think, actually my camera is about to die, so I'm about to wrap this one up. This is going to take a while to dry anyway, so, alright, thank y'all for checking in. I will see y'all next time. Hey, Jennifer. You've missed like almost the whole thing, Jennifer. I went through, you missed the drizzle, you missed it all. So are you back from your vacation yet? That's the real question. Hold on 1 second. Let's see, actually, let me do this. This is kind of a cool little effect where I sign off. As you can just kind of erase. Hey Gina, how you doing? So Jennifer just got back a few hours ago. Jennifer, y'all probably don't know her. She's had the coolest vacation I've ever seen, so I'm a little jealous. So are you? I want to hear all about this vacation as well. Because I've never been to, there we go. I've never been to Utah before, so I definitely want to go, especially after seeing the pictures. Oh, let's see. So what's going to happen here is, originally the background was reds, oranges, and yellows. I was going to do the guitar in blues, but the original guitar looks like it was more warm colors, chestnut colors, oranges, reds, those kind of things. So, very deep into this, I decided to switch the backgrounds to blues, foregrounds to the warm reds. So, what I was doing a little while ago is I was just like a little drizzle effect. This is just magenta, which I like magenta. Let's see, where'd my little squirt bottle go? Oh well. Ah, there it is. So if anyone around here paints, definitely steal this trick, because it's a good one. Oh, I need some red. Alright, so since the guitar is going to be red, I'm going to do some red in there. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Actually, this kind of looks like blood at this point. But you can always erase. Things are going where you don't want them to. So, alright, like I said, camera's about to die. So, I'm going to leave this here to dry for, I don't know, I'm going to work on some other paintings here for a little while. So, thanks y'all for checking in. And I will check in back next week. I'll be doing another one. Alright?